Sorry. Sorry, guys. I had a phone call coming in. How is everyone?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Ready for some abs and stretching? I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone and highlight my video. There. Okay. All right. We are going to get started on the ground today. So if everybody wants to come to sitting, starting May off the right way. I can't believe it's May already. Hope it's much better than April was. You're going to start sitting up really nice and tall. We are going to start with the 100 today. So I want you to go ahead and reach your arms long. And I want you to feel when you reach this, that it's coming from your upper back and underneath that area from your armpit. So you're already connected to that area as we roll back. Plant your feet on the ground. Slowly start to roll your hips under. And we're going to roll down until your waist is connected, but you keep this curl. So your waist is on the mat, your shoulder blades are lifted off, your fingers are reaching. Bring one leg up, the other leg comes up. They can stay in tabletop or they can reach. Take a deep breath in. Stretch the legs if you're going to stretch. Reach through the fingertips, hold it, and we begin the 100. Inhale and exhale. 10. If you're reaching your legs, place them in Pilates stance. Get a little bit of a wrap through your thighs. 20. Inhale and exhale. 30. Let the reach of your arms help maintain that curl through your upper ribs. 40. Inhale. And exhale, 50, inhale, soft through your neck and your shoulders, 60, inhale. Lower those legs a little to challenge your lower abs if you want, 80, inhale. And exhale, 90, inhale. And exhale, and pause the arms. Slowly lower the head. Take a deep breath in, bend the knees in, place your hands down. Take a deep breath in. We're going into some toe taps. This is for the lower abs. We're going to bring that left leg down and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it back up. This is all about control, lowering that right leg. Once the toe taps the floor, bring it just back up to hovering and hold. And use the abs to pull it up. 2 more each side. Slowly reaching that leg away. And lift to hovering, and pull it back up. Reaching that right leg away, deepening through your belly as that leg reaches away. Tap the floor, lift to hovering and hold. Bring that leg back up. 1 more each side, slowly reaching away. Hold it, maintaining that torso, still tap the floor, then lift to hovering. And pull that knee up, last one on the right, reaching down. You should really feel your core turning on. Tap the floor, pull back up to hovering just over the mat. And deepen the leg. Deepen the abs to pull that leg back in. Pull your knees into your chest. Relax your abs. Relax all through your core and your belly for just a moment. Take a deep breath in. Press your hands into your thighs. And curl up and hold that curl. Now, bring those legs to tabletop. Bring the hands by the hips. Lift the legs straight up. This one takes a little bit of coordination. As your left leg reaches away from you, the left arm reaches up, the right arm reaches to the side. And bring everything back to center. Right leg reaches away, right arm reaches up, left arm reaches to the side. And bring it back to the center. Left arm and leg are in opposite directions. The right arm is to the side. Hold back to center. And switch. So you're making an L with the arms, and the leg is just reaching away. We've got 4 more each side. With control, lengthening the legs. If your neck starts to bother you, try to connect to those upper abs a little bit more. Or rest your head. 3 more each side. 3, 2, sorry, 2 is on the next one. Wishful thinking, huh? Last one each side, reaching through the arms. Make sure you're breathing. Bring it all the way up, bring those knees in. Go ahead and rock up to your half teaser. Hold it there, deepen through your belly. Reach the arms to balance. And bring everything down, coming over to a side plank. 2 options here. If you feel like your shoulder is a little bit sore or tired or not wanting to work that hard, you can definitely come down to an elbow side plank. You won't have the range of motion as if you were to lift up on your hand. Your fingertips are spread wide. That shoulder blade is reaching down, so your shoulder is away from your ear. And reach your inner thighs together. We're going to stretch that top arm up and do our hip dips. That hip lowers to the floor and lifts up. We're trying not to use momentum, trying not to use the arm. We're using the obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate. Bring that hand down. I am going to turn the other way. So sorry, I'm turning away from you, but open that chest, reach the shoulders down away from the ears, and going into those hip dips and lift using the obliques. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Rotate to your full plank. Widen those feet, the width of the mat. Spread your fingertips wide. Hold it, deepening through those lower abs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow and controlled. Lower the knees. Press back into your child's pose for just a second. Press back forward. The knees come in just a little. So knees are directly under the hips. Wrists are directly under the shoulders. The back is flat. Your ribs are drawn in. We're going to start by reaching that left leg long, trying not to have any type of movement in the torso. And then we're adding the right arm. We're going to hold that. Stretch the fingers, stretch the leg. Take a deep breath in. Now, slow and controlled. Start to pull the knee in. Start to pull the elbow in. Bring your torso round through your back so that your knee and your elbow touch, and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Slow and controlled, press away. We've got 2 more like that. Trying to maintain stability. Pull in. Hold in. And stretch away. Hold it long. Last one. Bending the knee in, pulling the elbow in. Make sure that right here, you're tucking your tailbone and feeling that connection to your abs. Stretch the arm and leg long and place that hand and the knee down. Switching to the right leg. Stretch that leg long across the mat. Lift it so it's parallel to the ground. Slowly stabilize through the belly and reach the other arm. Take a deep breath in, pull the knee in, the elbow pulls in. As you're pulling in, your back is rounding. You're tucking that tailbone and rest away. 3. Pulling it together. 2. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Stretch away and pulling it back in. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Stretch it away and place it down. Staying on your hands, curl those toes under. Take a deep breath in and lift the knees off of the mat, drawing the belly in. We do have some roundness through the spine here. look into your belly. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower those knees, flatten the back. Deep breath in. On your exhale, those shoulder blades glide down, tuck the tailbone, lift the knees off of the mat to hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, flatten the back. One more, deep breath in. Start to tuck the tailbone. Nod your chin in, lift the knees, and hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knees hovering, flatten the back, and curl the tailbone for 3, flatten the back. Tuck the tailbone 2, really feel those lower abs working, flatten the back, and curl the tailbone, lower the knees, and sit back into that child's pose. Take a deep breath in, rolling back over to your back. We're gonna reach the arms, tuck the hips under, and slow and controlled roll all the way down. Place your hands slightly under the glutes. Bring those legs to tabletop. You can choose where you want your legs on this. The higher they are, the less work you're doing. So if you want a lot of work, you're gonna bring them just down to hovering over the mat. Heel beats. Rotate to Pilates stance and tap those heels together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Crisscross the legs for 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees in. Lower all the way down. Take a deep breath in. Legs are in tabletop. We're going to curl up and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Place your hands behind your thighs. Press into your hands as you curl up and hold it. We're going to hold this balance. We're at the top of the pelvis for our balance. The legs can stay bent or they can stretch. I kind of like the bent here. It helps to balance a little bit. Pretend you're holding a ball and rotate and tap and lift just to the chest. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You should feel your obliques on this one. 1, hold it, rotate to the center, rotate to the other side. We're reaching the hands down and lifting. Find some length in your spine during the sets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, come back to the center, grab behind your legs, rest your feet for just a second, but we're gonna stay in this position. So we're coming right back for a few more obliques. Take a deep breath in. So working that nice waistline for the summer. Bring those legs back up to tabletop. Reach those hands, rotate, and hold it down with the hands reaching down. And now you're gonna tap the left heel to the mat and bring it up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, unrotate, rotate to the other side. Reach those hands down to the ground. Feel that nice curl. Tap the heel and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Bring it back to the center. Slowly roll down. Reach those legs straight up. The fingertips point towards the toes. And we're going to increase that curl and lower with control. 8. Curl up just a little and lower. 7, 6. Upper abs are working. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and the hands come behind the head. Keep that curl. We're going to lower. This is the last one. And lift. We're not going very far with this. It's more about the control of reaching and holding and controlling the legs back up. 6. This is the lower abs. So we just targeted the obliques, the upper abs, now the lower abs. 3. Elbows are wide, the neck is soft. 2. Last 1. And bring everything in. You made it through the abs. Rock back and forth. Feeling that lower back release. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms and legs long. Find that oppositional stretch from the center of the body. You want your legs reaching long, the arms reaching opposite. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, nod your chin, bring those arms with you, roll all the way up, and we'll come to all fours. We're going to start today with a little cat-cow stretch. So come into all fours. Notice that your hips are directly over the knees, your shoulders are directly over the wrist. Spread your fingertips wide and start by pulling the belly in, tucking the tailbone, dropping the chin, and rounding through your back. This is not about the abs anymore. This is about the stretch. So let your head hang. Let your abs soften and relax. Let your tailbone reach down to the ground. Take a deep breath in. See how much you can feel the articulation of the spine when you imagine your tailbone drawing a line on the wall behind you to curl the hips up. The belly reaches down, the chest reaches down. You look to the end of your mat and lengthen through your spine, reaching your chest towards the end of the mat, and your shoulders reach down. Now, leading with your tailbone, the hips curl under, end of spine rounds as your chin drops in. Deep breath in here. Exhale, and the tailbone curls up. We're just doing one more of these. And deep breath in, curl that tailbone under. Find some space in between the vertebrae. And drop that chest down. Turn the tailbone up. Look through the hands to the end of the mat. Now hold it here. Look over to your right shoulder. See if you can look at your hips. And look back to center. Look to the left. Maybe on one side you can see further than the other. Look back to the center. Look back to the right. This time drop the chin down. Look towards your armpit. Circle that head. Look all the way to the left and look center. Opposite way, look to the left and drop that chin down. Circling. Look over to the right, look back center, tuck the tailbone, coming back into that rounded back. Press into your hands to reach back, but this is active pressing. We're not collapsing anywhere. We're pressing into the hands, reaching the hips towards the heels, but not touching them. And reach forward over the wrist. And sit back one more time. And come back to center, drop those hips to the left. And circle towards the heels, circle to the right with the hips, come back to center. If you did yesterday's workout, this should feel really good to the glutes. Drop the hips to the right. And circle those hips down towards the heels, circle them around to the left, and bring them to center. One more to the left. This is moving your spine also, reaching to the right and center. One more to the right and reaching towards the heels. Press into the left, come back to center. Curl those toes under and sit back in a child's pose with your toes curled under. You should feel a nice stretch through the feet. Reach the hands out to drop your chest towards the mat. Flatten the feet, open the knees. Feel that nice stretch in the hips as you reach your hips down towards your heels. Your chest comes down to the mat. Hold it here for just a moment and notice your breath. Deep breath in, fill in your lungs. Your rib cage should expand. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. But press your hip. Your right hip presses down into your heel so you're not getting any movement through the hip. That'll get a deeper stretch. Walk your fingers out a little more. That stretches the side of the body. Take a deep breath in and walk your hands back to the center. Walk them over to the right. As you're walking your hands, your hips stay pressing back to the heels. Your chest stays reaching down to the ground and you walk your fingers out, getting a lot of length through those arms. Take a deep breath in. Notice that stretch when you breathe. And walk those hands back to center. Drop the chest down, press into the hands, and lift your head and your chest just a little. Slide those shoulder blades down, upper back stretch, and bring it back down. Tuck your tailbone and slowly roll all the way up. We're going to come into a modified frog pose. So we are coming into hands and knees, and I want you to step your right knee out and sit your hips back so that your hips, this is kind of hard to show you guys, your right knee is away, your left knee is underneath you, and you are sitting back towards your heels. So we're stretching this inner thigh. I don't know how well you can see. Take a deep breath in, press back into that left knee, bring the right knee in. That left knee is going to come to the side and you're going to sit back to your hips. So your torso stays centered. This right knee is underneath you and this left leg is out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Press back up and bring it in. Cross your ankles behind you and sit back to bring them through. Bring your feet together in front of you. Butterfly through those legs, pressing your knees down. Clasp your fingers, place them under your toes, and lift up. This is an oppositional stretch. I want you to imagine your hips driving down into the floor. Your legs are pressing down, and you're using the resistance of your feet to lift through your spine. Keep a flat back, bend your elbows, and hinge forward. And lengthen to lift back up. So there's a big difference in, I'll show you guys from the side also. So this is still a flat back here, but if you straighten those arms and pull and lengthen and really reach, you'll get a deeper stretch. And lift up, one more deep breath in, lengthen as you hinge forward, and this time round over. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Roll in the spine all the way up, lengthen those legs out. We're gonna keep the right leg stretched out in front of you, cross the left leg over and place that foot on the ground outside of the right thigh. Hug your knee close to your chest. Bring it in, get a little tighter, lift up through your spine. Your left hand is going to be placed on the floor behind you and look over that left shoulder. The more you press into the hand and the tighter you pull that leg into your chest, the deeper this stretch will be for you. And unrotate. Bring that left leg straight in front of you. The right one pulls in, crosses over the leg. That foot goes on the floor right outside of your thigh. Hug that leg close to your chest as you lift up. So practice of relaxing your spine and pulling the leg to you, and then lengthen up tall through your torso and notice how much deeper that stretch gets. Take a deep breath in, rotate towards your bent leg. Place the hand behind you and look back over that shoulder. Pressing into the hand, notice how that deepens through that stretch. Make sure you're breathing. And unrotate and bring that hand back around. Uncross the leg. Place both legs out in front of you. Flex the feet. Pulling the toes towards you. Reach forward and point the feet. Reach your chest down to your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Notice that your legs can relax a little bit and bring your chest a little closer to your thighs. And roll all the way up. Reach those arms, circle them behind you, place them on the ground. Bring those feet in and scoot your hips forward about 2 or 3 inches. Spread your fingertips wide. Bend your elbows and tuck your hips under to sink into this stretch. Now, if you have really tight shoulders or tight forearms, you may not bend quite as much through the elbows, and that's okay. Go to where feels comfortable for you. I do want you to be conscious that your whole hand is connected to the mat. The thumb to pinky, heel of the hand to fingertips. Everything is touching the mat. Take a deep breath in. Start to press into the hands to straighten the arms. And keep going with the chest. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. And open the chest towards the ceiling. You should feel this in the biceps. Try not to let your head just dangle back. I want you to find length. A lot of Pilates is about finding length in that spine. So bend your left elbow just a little bit and straighten, and then bend the right elbow and straighten. Bend both and tuck the hips under. Take a deep breath in, scoot those hips a little further, bring those hands wider than your mat, and press your body down towards the mat. Lift the hands and lower completely down, lying down on the mat. Bring those knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Keep your right knee pulled in and stretch your left leg long across the mat. You should feel this in your left hip flexor as well as through the back of the right leg. Use your left hand, place it on the outside of your right knee. The right arm goes straight out to the side, and we're gonna roll over. Your shoulder and your arm should stay connected to the mat, and you're reaching through the waist. That left leg is coming straight out from the hip. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Bring that leg back to center. Pull it in tight towards your chest. Grab it with the right arm. The left hand reaches to the side and drop that leg towards the floor to open. This is stretching through that inner thigh. And bring it back to center. Bring that left leg in. Pull everything tight and stretch that right leg long. Slowly stretch and reach it so that you feel a little opening in that hip flexor. Grab the outside of the left leg. The left arm stretches. You pull that leg over as you rotate from the waist. Trying to keep the left shoulder and arm connected to the floor. Look over towards that left hand. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull it back to the center. Pulling that leg into the chest, switch hands. The right arm stretches out to the side. Slowly let that leg fall out to the side, getting that nice inner thigh stretch. You should also feel this through that right hip and hip flexor. Take a deep breath in and bring that leg back to center. Pull that right leg in, give them a little hug. Curl up just a little, place the hands behind the thighs and curl all the way up. Bring your legs into your chest as tight as you can. We're gonna find some balance here, and we're gonna hold those legs in and straighten one leg up and bend it. And the other leg straighten. Feel that hamstring and calf stretch and bend. 2 more each side. Straighten and reach and bend. And the left one reaches. Notice your abs just a little bit here for your balance. 1 more each side. Stretch. And stretch. And bring it all the way down. Place your left hand behind you. Your left foot is on the mat. Stretch your right leg long. See if you can hold at your ankle. If holding at your ankle is not an option, you can hold at your calf, but I want your hand to come inside that leg. So we're crossed over, and we're just gonna open that leg to the side and bring it back. This is just some hip mobility. It's not a deep stretch, it's more hip mobility. 3. So trying to maintain that left leg as still as you can. 2. 1. And bend that leg. Place that other hand behind you. Grab it inside of that leg. The chest is open and square. Side. And bring it center. So nice and controlled. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. And bring it to the middle. Place that leg down. We're going to press up and come around to a pigeon pose. To come into that pose, we're going to first come into a lunge. So let's start with the left leg coming forward and press the hip forward. Trying to have both hands on the ground. It can be fingertips or it can be the full hand. Bring that foot over and drop the knee to the outside to press down, lifting through the chest. So you should feel this stretch on the front of the back leg, the outside of the bent leg, that hip. Depending on how sore you are from yesterday, you may feel it in lots of other places. Deep breath in, reach the chest forward as you come down to your elbows. Notice how that stretch changes as you lower. And then widen the elbows. See if you can bring your chest down to the ground. The head comes down. Make sure you're breathing. Your breath is very, very important to stretching. Make a mental note of places in your body where you feel tight. Exhale. Press back up to the elbows. Lengthen through your spine just a little bit. Look away from your mat. Look back in and come up to your hands. Hold it there. See if you can hover that back foot off of the mat and slowly bring it in. We're not reaching back and grabbing it today. If you really crave that and your body feels like it needs it, you definitely can reach around and reach back and get it tighter. Reach that leg all the way down. And let's roll onto your left hip. Bring that leg around front and hinge forward. And roll all the way up. Switching sides. Let's start in that lunge. So come into our hands and knees. That right leg is going to come forward and press the hips down towards the heel. Feeling that stretch through the hip flexor. Take a deep breath in. Scoot that foot in. Drop the knee to the side. And we're trying to get our hips pretty square to the front and lifting up through the chest. Lengthen that leg. Look back, take note. Is your leg going out to the side? Is it crossing into the body? You want to get that leg as straight coming out of the hip as you possibly can. Reach the chest forward as you come down to your elbows. Make sure you're breathing. Reach that hip down to the ground. Take a deep breath in, reach your chest forward. Bring those elbows out and lower your chest all the way down. Take another deep breath in. Coming back up to your elbows. Look away from your hands. Reach your chest like you're trying to touch it to the floor in front of your mat. Pressing your hip down in opposition. Make sure you're using your breath. Press all the way back up to your hands, noticing you're stretching, moving through your legs and your body. Lengthen that back leg to hover the foot off of the ground and slowly pull it in towards your body. Again, here, if you would like to reach back and pull it in tighter, you can. My body is not asking me for that today. I feel good right where I am. So that just goes to show you sometimes the things that I do may not feel great to your body, and sometimes you may need a little bit more than what I need. So listen to your body, try and stay in tune with it. Take a deep breath in and slowly reach that leg all the way back. Roll to your right hip. Bring that left leg all the way around in front of you. The right foot is in at the inner thigh. And we're just going to hinge forward. Make sure you're breathing. Take a deep, deep breath in. Exhale. Exhale and slowly roll up. Bring those feet in front of you. And we are going to bring them kind of close. We're going to get into a really, really deep squat. I want you to press into your hands to lift your hips and see if you can just hinge forward to bring the hands in front of you, and your hips are hovering off of the mat. Your heels are down. The more forward you lean with your body, trying to keep those heels down, the more of a stretch you're going to get through those ankles, which is ankle mobility, I think, does not get enough credit. Ankle mobility is extremely important to balance and to your gait, which is how you walk. For those of you who don't know, it's very, very, very important. So the more flexible those ankles are, the better. So now, bring your chest back up. Bring those hands to the center. We're in a deep, deep squat. You guys can stay facing whichever way you were. See if you can press into your knees with your elbows. You should feel that through your hips. The wider you take those knees. The weight in the feet is even. Take a deep breath in, place those hands on the ground, and slowly start to lift the hips and hang the head. Take a deep, deep breath in. Slowly heel toe those feet back together. Let's get a stretch through the calves. We're going to step back with one foot and then sit the hips back. And then lift that front foot. Lower that front foot, flat through both feet. Step that back foot back to center. And step the opposite leg back. Reaching through the sits bones to reach the hips back. That's stretching that front leg already. Bend that back knee to sit the hips back. And then lift the toes of the front leg. The whole foot rather, not just the toes, sorry. Drop that front foot. Both legs are straight, both feet are down. Lift that back heel, step back to the center. We're slowly rolling up. I really want you to take your time with this. Roll up to where your arms are just hovering off of the ground and hold it there for just a second. Let your head hang. Let your body feel some space through your spine. Take some deep breaths. And then slowly roll up about 2 to 4 more inches and hold it there. And then slowly roll up a little bit more, hold it there. You should be about at your waist or your, where the bottom of your ribs are. Slowly roll up a little more. You should be able to feel that articulation in your spine. Start to reach your arms. Your chest is still hanging. Your head is still hanging. Reach your arms up by your ears. Finish that roll up, stretching the arms up tall to the ceiling. Open the chest. Spread your fingertips wide. And this time I want you to make a big circle. Open your arms and reach them all the way down. Give yourself a tight, tight hug here. Roll, rock back and forth from the waist. Let those arms hang. Walk out of that and we are finished for today.